Hey guys, Laura with Garden Answer. So I've been feeling a push lately to try to be a little bit more organic in my approach to life, especially in the things I'm eating. So I've been trying to find more ways to grow more of the stuff that I eat. I've heard of microgreens before, but I've never really had any interest in growing them until the past few months. It seems like in my area they've just exploded in popularity just in the past year. And maybe we're way behind, and we probably are. So since I'm starting a new batch of them today, I wanted to do a video and show you guys how I'm gonna do it. I grew these microgreens at work, and you can see that I've already started to cut and harvest some off of each end of the tray. I actually tested out several of our customers by having them taste test each one of the micros and then try to identify which crop they belong to, and it's actually pretty easy. I love that if you plant a beet, the microgreen actually tastes like a mature beet, and broccoli like broccoli, radish like a radish, and so on. My favorite way to eat them is in my sandwiches as a lettuce replacement. They are way better in flavor and they are so much more nutritious. You don't have to have any special equipment to grow microgreens, just a container, soil, and a bright room or windowsill. And studies have proven that microgreens have nutrition 5 times higher than they do in their mature forms. And I know that that's legit because the study was conducted by the USDA Agricultural Research Service, and I'll provide the link in the description below for that. You really should check it out. There was some really interesting info in it. Microgreens are harvested between the sprout stage and the baby green stage, so a little bit bigger than these currently are. The radishes are almost ready, but they're all really great harvested at this stage too. You usually harvest them between 1 to 3 inches when one set of true leaves begin to form, about 7 to 14 days after planting depending on the variety. And you can see if we get closer on the radish that the second set of leaves, the true leaves, are starting to form, but it hasn't started yet with my broccoli or my beets. They're really easy to start. You just plant them the way you do all other seeds. I'm gonna start the Savory mix. It's a blend of beets, Swiss chard, radish, mustard, cress, cabbage, another type of mustard, another type of cabbage, and kohlrabi. So I fill up my container with damp soil and then sprinkle the seeds in an even, thick layer. Cover with a little more damp soil, water them in, and cover them with plastic. I put them under one of my grow lights, but you can use a windowsill or any other bright spot if that's what you have. And make sure to mist them a couple times a day. In just a few days, these will be sprouted and on their way. I have a list of the most popular seeds to sprout, which I will read to you because there's no possible way that I could ever remember. And Aaron, you can put these on the screen, right? Okay, so they are amaranth, arugula, barley, basil, beets, broccoli, buckwheat, cabbage, chicory, chives, endive, oatgrass, purslane, kale, kohlrabi, lettuce, linseed or flax, millet, mustard, parsley, peas, spinach, sunflower, and Swiss chard. So that's a lot of them. There are a whole bunch more than that, which you can do a little research and see if there's any others that you want to start, but these are the most popular. One other thing that's great about growing microgreens is that it's safer than growing sprouts. I love sprouts, but to me they're just a little bit more work and worry than micros. When you're dealing with a lot of moisture in a partially enclosed container, there's just a greater chance of salmonella and E. coli poisoning, which is not good for anybody. I've grown lots of sprouts with no problems, but micros are just easier and safer because they can be started like all other seeds, directly in the soil in a container with drainage, preferably. They also have a taste that is more indicative of the crop they would become, which I personally like better. I like the texture and the taste as a whole better than sprouts. So my goal is to start 3 of these trays once a week so I can have a constant supply of microgreens on hand. I can easily go through all of these greens in 1 week, so I thought if I just keep it on a consistent basis and start 3 of these once a week, then I'll always have a fresh supply. And so I think this will be a great supplement to all the other spring crops I'm growing. And the best part too is I can keep doing this even through the winter time. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to hear if you guys are experimenting with microgreens and what varieties are your favorites. And like I said, this is kind of new to me in the last few months, so the more I can learn, the better. So please share, and remember to follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We're posting lots of stuff on those 2 things that we don't do here, so you don't want to miss anything, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.